Hi guys, I'm just going to go straight into it rather than hanging about seeing if anybody joins me, because you can watch it on the replay if you want to. It's Lise from Lisa's Crafty Creations, and I'm just going to show you how I seal some of my pieces. Now, I have done the pieces from the Easy One subscription box. I showed you earlier this mat, which is a phone mat. There's also 2 tote bags. That's one that I've done, and then there's the other one. So I'm going to seal those on camera today just to show you how I do it. I just need to add one of these drills. Oops, this one's come out. I just need one of those to be, oh no, hang on. No, I don't. Yes, I do. One of those to go on to there where it came off earlier and I couldn't find the piece. So just make sure that they're stuck on as well as can be expected. Normally I would use a brush about this size to seal diamond paintings, but because these are quite small areas, I'm going to use a smaller, finer brush. So I'm just going to use a flat number 1 paintbrush. Now this is the sealant I use. It's a polyacrylic protective finish. It's water based and it's a clear gloss. So that's what I use. Can you see that okay? It's a bit of a glare from the window, but that's the one I use. Okay. So we just open that up. That's it, got that open. So then we're just basically going to paint on, I don't know whether I'll bend this down a bit. I'm using a laptop, so hopefully you can see there. So all I'm going to do is paint where the diamonds are. I'm going to give it a decent coat, but try not to go over. Just a second, the battery's running low. There we go. Hi Jackie, thank you for joining me. I'm just showing you how I seal up my diamond paintings, especially the special drills on some of the more specialised items. So basically I'm just going to go around it ever so slightly and not go over too much on the cover, because it's important with this cover that you don't put the sealant too much on the matted piece, because the whole idea is that it sticks to a phone, holds a phone. So we're just going to make sure there's a tiny rim around the edge of the diamonds, but not too much. And we're just painting this on like that. A decent-ish amount, but enough so that not too much that it's like soaks it in, but enough to make sure that it gives it a good coverage. And as I say, just go gently around the edge of it so that it covers the actual diamonds, but it doesn't. Now, normally, if it was a diary cover or something like that, I would just paint over. But I'm just going to do a small section over the top of these and not paint the whole thing, because as I say, this is a phone cover and it's supposed to have that mat so it collects on the paint, so it holds the phone. So the main amount of sealant is going to go over these diamonds in the centre, but there's only going to be an ever so slight edge round the outside of the diamonds. And then again, just from the outside of that, so it gives it, you'll have like a slight glossy glow, so you might want to level that off a bit. The dog's fine, thank you. Bit hot in this heat. He normally goes away with my husband, wherever my husband or my daughter goes, but my daughter's on holiday, camping, and because of the heat and everything, they decided not to take the dog with them. And they're not quite sure what they're doing, because I think they're wild camping, I'm not sure that's what they normally do. They're off to Scotland, and they've left their dogs behind. So Nibs is here. We call him Nibs because when we bought him, he was strutting around the house like he owned the place. So I don't know whether you've heard of the expression "his Nibs." Well, that's where we got his name from. So we called him Nibs, and it's also appropriate because he nibbles your ear. So we sometimes call him Nibbles, Nibs, or Nibby. But no, he's coping all right. He's not too bad, but as I say, the heat's bothering him. And it's the time of year for ticks, so he's had a couple of ticks this year. When we went to Scotland, we were staying in an area where there was a big farmland. There's lots of fields around us, and he ended up with 32 ticks. We were like, couldn't believe how many. My daughter was on for ages picking all these ticks out of him, and it really had an effect on him, bless him. And he had one the other day, so we have to, you have to make sure you check them regularly, especially if you live somewhere like we do, where we're very close to the North York Moors. So that's that. And as you can see, I don't know whether you can see the shine where the blues, where the sealant's gone. I've already done it ever so slightly around the edges. I will be doing some UV creations, Jackie. I just need to buy some UV resin, and I'm a bit short on funds at the moment. So what I'm going to do is the next time I get paid, I am going to invest in some UV resin, and then we'll have a go doing some stuff with UV resin. I'll order those fish stickers that you suggested, and we'll having a go doing some of those. So basically, again, because this is a tote bag, we don't want the gloss everywhere. We just really want it over the top of the diamonds. So again, we're just painting over what we've got here. I'm starting with the car in the middle for some reason, just because that's where I started it. And where there's lots of diamonds, you don't have to be so careful, but you want to be really careful around the edges where there's a lot of gaps. So for this area here, you don't want to be sort of painting all that, whereas these small bits here around this area, it's all right if you like gloss them, because it actually makes it look more even. And this is why I'm using a smaller paintbrush for this. Normally I would use quite a large, as I said, a larger paintbrush. Got an extra little diamond there. So we don't just go down around the outside of that, then down the edges. We'll do the straight bits first. And that there. And then we'll go down the centre. So that's most, and we'll do the outside of the car, along that area, along there, down there, and then round the steering wheel. Right, then what I'll do is I'll start at the top and I'll work my way down. So I'm just going to start in the middle, and as I say, I'm just painting all the actual stones. And I'm not being, what's the word? Like, I'm not skimping on what I actually paint on. Don't be frightened to give it a good coat. And because this is a water-based gloss, it doesn't take the shine out the diamonds. There's another one there. The green must have escaped itself. It doesn't take the shine out the diamonds. It actually just enhances them, if anything. And it even is okay on the AB drills, this one. So as I say, when you get nearer the edges where there's not a lot of diamonds and you don't want a lot of the gliss, just use a fine paintbrush and just paint over the diamonds. Where there's a lot of diamonds, it doesn't matter so much if you fill in the extra bits, but as I say, just be as gentle as you can and as careful as you can, filling in all the little bits. I'm going to come down this end first, and as I say, because this bit's quite thick of diamonds, I'm not being as careful as I was in the other areas. So these, I've just been doing these mainly while I was talking to Annie on her channel when she was showing us the resin. It's only taken me a couple of hours really to do both tote bags, and I did the phone in about half an hour. So it's a project that doesn't take long. It's quick and easy. So it's a nice little project. It's easy for beginners because it's all special drills. So there's not a lot on. There's not a lot of drills to put on. It's a quick and easy project, so you don't get bogged down for your first project. Because sometimes if you start off big, you can become a bit bogged down with them, and you can be like, oh, and you don't see an end to it. Whereas something like this, which is quick and easy to do, we've got lots of nice drills with the shiny sparkly ones, the different shapes, the different sizes. It's a quick painting to do. It means you don't get so bored with it and you don't put yourself off diamond painting. And it's a good way if you've lost your mojo as well, because I've not done any diamond painting for a while. I just seemed to get bogged down with it and I got involved with other things. It's a nice way to think, oh, I'm enjoying this. Let's get our painting back. That's worth an idea. I have done diamond painting. I have used drills in resin before, the same as Kiss My Stained Glass has done something similar as well, Trevor. And that worked out quite nice using your old drills in it. But I've never thought of actually doing a diamond painting in it. Might be nice if I did like a diamond painting with quilling as well on it, because I've done a mixture of the two before, and then coat that in resin or set that in resin. Would be nice. We could maybe have a look at doing something small first. I've got some little sea creature stickers, so what I might do is do the sea creature stickers, do them up and then put them in one of the coasters and see how that sets in the resin. That might be nice. So how are you, Jackie? Are you all right? You're not the Jackie who's got COVID, are you? Because there was a Jackie who came on and I think it's a different Jackie, and I think it's the other Jackie that I know. But I just want to check you're not the same one, because I'm hoping you. There we go. So that's that done, and then we just hang it somewhere to dry, and then we'll set to with this one, and we do exactly the same again. and just seal it. And it's important, I think, sealing things like this, like phone cases, bags, tissue boxes, a lot of the stuff that has special drills like boot marks, they all need this sealing because they're going to be used. Now, diamond paintings, not so much, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to go behind a frame, or they're not going to be handled. They're not the kind of things that are going to get a lot of handling, whereas these do. So I wouldn't necessarily, well, I very rarely seal a diamond painting, but I always seal anything to do with the special drills that involves something that's going to be handled quite a lot. So this particularly gives it an extra bit of support so that they're less likely to drop off when they're being handled. You got your big fan on. No, it's not you. That's good. I'm pleased you're all right. You're just dealing with the heat with your fan. I know in the night time I've got my fan going full blast. And my husband keeps saying, can you turn that fan down? I'm like, no. Man, I'm going through the menopause. I know I'm on HRT, but I'm still getting, like, still get hot flushes, and the last thing I need is to turn my fan off. No way, Jose. So he has to deal with it being a bit cold in the bedroom, but he can cope. He's a man. Right. Go. Nice thickish coating on all of those. And down the centre. As I say, you can see where the areas where there's lots of drills together and not what canvas shown, I'm not being quite as careful because it actually gives it a better look if it's all even and all coated in the gloss rather than bits here and there. Whereas in these areas where there's not as much diamond paint and you don't want the bag to lose its matte colour. Another extra drill there. Let's take that off there to one side. And I'll just go around that circle. And the same with that one. And I'm just going to gloss inside that wheel just to give it uniform rather than it be glossed a little bit here and there. Now then, I don't know what I've done, but we'll go over this lot again because I don't think I've done this side. It doesn't look like I've done it. No. Oops, a bit too much there. That's it. So just make sure you cover it all basically, and leave as much as the canvas of the bag free as possible. And cover the rest. And that's it, done. So that's how I seal my bags and my diamond paintings. If it was a diamond painting, I'd use a larger brush and just seal a whole lot. But when you're using something like this and you don't want a lot on the bag, then a smaller paintbrush is fine, and that's the look. So this is from the Easy Win subscription box. They've come out absolutely gorgeous. I'm really pleased with them. That's the other side. It just has 2021 on. And That's one of them. And then the other one, they're both themed, car themed. They're just the front of the car with the flowers around the outside. I think they're really, really pretty. Make a lovely gift for somebody, or just to keep for yourself. I don't know what I'm going to do with these ones just yet. I might gift them out, I'm not sure. But they're lovely. And once they're sealed, they'll just look exactly the same. But you just know that those beads are more likely to stay in place. So just put them somewhere where they're able to dry. The paintbrush, because it's water-based, is easy washed off or cleaned. Usually I just clean it with a wet wipe, run it under some cold water, something like that, and the brush comes out fine. This fine paintbrush, wet wipes will do great, as long as you give it a good clean and open the bristles out. Make sure it's all cleaned like that. Make sure the wet wipes well and truly gone into it. And that's it, all done and dusted. So that's what I was going to show you. Hi Dee Dee, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So menopause can last 10 years. Oh, thanks for that. No, that's one of the disadvantages of being a woman. We go through periods, we go through menopause, all those horrible things. Childbirth, oh, men have it easy, so to say. Thank you, I'm pleased you like it. I've got a fly on my screen, it's doing my head in. That's all I've got to show you today. That was it. Oh no, while I'm on, I'll show you Mr. Postman's bean. Whoa, Mr. Postman. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's me polymer acrylic. Let's have a look, see what he brought. It's come in a bag. Typical bag. Oh, and then it's inside another bag. Environmentally friendly. Here we go. More bags than there needs to be. This is just a paper bag though, so I'll let them off. And it's just my clay. So this is Fimo Soft Black clay and Fimo Soft White. And those are good for doing skin blends, darkening, lightening. They're nice for just doing normal and highlighting things, putting as a integrated look colour in the other canes and things like that. So I bought a lot of white and black to use in amongst all the other colours. I'm still waiting for my translucent, but now that I've got these, I can start doing some nice canes, some skin blends to add to the coasters, things like that. And that's it. That's what Mr. Postman's been. Yes. Is Fimo better than Sculpey? I don't really know. I think they're on a par. You've got Fimo Soft Professional, you've got Sculpey, and there's another one, Kato, I think it is. And that seems to be the better of all of them, the Kato. It's a firmer, harder clay, apparently. So it's good for making canes and things like that. But all of them do much the same thing. It's just depending on how soft the clay is and how malleable it is. The softer the clay, the harder it is to work with, I've found. No, I've never used air dry clay. I've only ever used, well, at school, I used to use the normal clay that you put in a kiln when I was at school, but that's a long, long time ago. But since I started doing clay, I've only ever used the oven baked clays. I've never tried to use any of the other ones. So no. You use Sculpey, dear Denise. How do you find that? I mean, the last one I used was with Fimo Professional, and I actually quite like that. I got some. It's definitely, you can definitely tell the quality. I got some from Arteza, which was Fimo. I'm not sure which one that was though, but that seemed to even that was softer than the Fimo Professional that I bought. No, the Arteza was the Fimo Professional. I got a mix box from AliExpress or Wish to start me off, and it was working all right, but then when I compared it to the Fimo, it's a lot softer and very sticky, and it's harder to actually mold into anything. If you're trying to actually craft sculpt it into something, it's a lot harder. It's even difficult when you're putting a veneer over the top. If you use it like scrap clay and you want to put a veneer on top of it, it's even really sticky. You use porcelain homemade clay? Oh, that would be interesting. You should do a video on that, Jackie. Would be like to see your videos. Have a go. Show us how it's done. Yeah, I prefer the softer, but not too soft and sticky. Because if it gets too sticky, it's hard to use. It just sticks to itself, and you try and alter things or sculpt something, lift it slightly, and it just sticks to itself and becomes a long gooey mess, and it's awful. So I found the Fimo Professional that I was using, which was a much better clay. You could take it apart after it had stuck together. It gave a much firmer, stayed in the pattern that you wanted it to, much better. This heat doesn't help, mind. This heat's awful. So the Kato clay probably wouldn't be any good for you, Denise, because apparently that is quite a firm clay. Oh, that's a shame, Jackie. Be nice to see you making some porcelain. That would be lovely. It is difficult when you've got something that's limited on space. The computer before had loads of photographs on it, and I've had to put all those photographs onto a data key so that I've got space to actually put my videos up. When you go live, that's different though. Just go straight onto YouTube, so you don't use any space. So you could consider doing that. You could go live on a computer. I don't know whether you would be able to just on a tablet though. You have to have, for a mobile device, you have to have a certain number of subscribers. So I'm not sure whether you could go live on a tablet. You need something that's almost hardwired, as it were. Right, that's all I've got to show you this afternoon. I just thought I'd do a quick live. You have to tell me what you use to do your YouTube channel. I use my phone and I use a camera. This is the camera I use. It's just a normal, I put it on a stand and then I load the video onto and use photo editor in the computer to edit the videos, trim them, whatever I need to do. And then it's got stuck. Or I use my phone, or I just go and use the laptop as it is. That's all. I'm not using the camera at the minute because I've just deleted all the videos off it, ready for my husband to take it on holiday with him, because he's off on holiday. He's going away for the weekend. You're old. Hey, I'm old and I'm not really tech savvy. Although I do have my daughter to help me when I need it. But it doesn't take much. You just, even a mobile phone, you don't have to edit. You can just upload things straight away. That's the way I started. I mean, the first time I did a few videos, I didn't have my front and end screen with welcome to Lisa's Crafty Creations or anything like that on. I didn't do any editing. I just put it straight on as it was. Sometimes I did a part 1, part 2. It's only as you learn that you manage to edit things and change things around a bit. You're old and thick. Dee Dee, you're not. What are you like? You're very negative on yourself today. You don't think you look very good. You're old, you're thick. Don't be silly. Your mobile is that old, it came out before TV. That's like saying that I lived with the dinosaurs. That's what my children think, that I was alive when the dinosaurs were alive. Were you alive with the dinosaurs, Mummy? Thanks, love. I love you too. No, darling, I wasn't alive when the vampires, when the dinosaurs were alive. There it is. Just looking for my little thing for my tweezers, because I don't want to be stabbing myself. Right, guys, I'm going to head off now because I've got tea to make for my husband when he comes in, and things to put away. So I will love you and leave you. I hope you've enjoyed that little bit of how to seal paintings. If there's something you would like, for example, like Jackie wants to see me using some UV resin, please make in the comments and I'll try my best to have a go with that. As long as you're willing to watch my mistakes and learn with me, that'll be great. And watch out for more videos, because I'll have a few coming out soon with different things that I'm doing, because as I say, I've had the Easy Whim subscription boxes being delivered. I've got some diamond painting on the go. I've got some clay to do, and I've also got a load of resin that's been delivered. So hi Trev, you've come just at the end. I'm just about to go home, but thank you for joining me. That's so good of you, Mr. Trev. So if there's anything you'd like to see, please let me know. Please hit the like, thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time, guys. Don't forget to pass on a smile if you get the opportunity to. And I love you guys. Thanks for coming. Bye. End stream.